Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video, and in today's video I want to share with you guys the best settings to use to help improve your aim. I'm going to show you guys the best linear settings to use if you guys are looking to hit more shots and improve your accuracy. So if you guys are looking to hit more shots, definitely stay to the end of the video because these settings are very good and will help you guys out a lot. And real quick, before I get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys would like to participate in the next giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you guys get notified for every single new upload and when I announce the winners every Friday. And lastly, make sure you guys put down your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account down in the comment section below, and you guys will be automatically entered into the giveaway. And lastly, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do, go down to the bottom right, hit on support a creator, type in my creator code, which is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator in the item shop. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best settings to use if you guys are looking to hit more shots and improve your accuracy. So here I'm going to be going into my settings and showing you guys all the changes that I made that I think are some changes that you guys want to as well if you are looking to improve your accuracy. And I also want to give you guys some very good tips to hit more shots as well. So my building and editing is both on a 2.2x, and then my horizontal speed is a 47% with my vertical speed at a 46%. Now I like this sensitivity a lot and for very good reasons. And also if you guys want just a slightly higher sensitivity, you guys can raise your horizontal and vertical speed up to like maybe a 48%, just whatever you think is going to be working best for you, because all the settings that I have are just my recommendations. If you like just slightly higher sensitivities, then you can maybe slightly raise or slightly lower, just depending on your preference. But I do have a little bit higher of a building and editing sensitivity as to the previous settings that I've had for improving your shots with your sensitivity. And the reason being is editing really does play such a huge component and a huge role on hitting your shots, just because almost all of your shotgun shots that you shoot are going to be coming off of an edit, especially if you guys play arena or if you play box fights or really just anything in this game. Most of the time you're going to go for maybe a wall edit, you're going to go for a floor and cone edit, whatever the case may be. You're going to be going for a couple edits before you shoot your shotgun, meaning that you want to play on just a little bit higher of a building and editing sensitivity, because the faster you are able to get off your edit, the more accurate you're going to be. Because if you're able to get off the edit very quickly, what's going to happen is it's going to buy you more time to line up your shot, meaning that if you have a lot more time to line up your shot, the easier it is to hit other players. Because for example, if you had 10 seconds to line up your shot, you're probably not going to miss, versus you only had 1 second, which is kind of an extreme example, but same thing can be true when it comes to editing. The faster you are able to edit that wall, the more time you're going to have to line up your shot, which is going to make you a lot more accurate, and you're probably dealing within maybe half a second to a second. And something also to keep in mind as well is when you're going for an edit, you really do have a finite amount of time before the other player decides to either maybe shoot back, maybe they build a ramp, they build a cone, or they run away, which a lot of players that I go against tend to run away against me. So the faster you are able to edit, the quicker you are going to be able to line up your shot, and at the same time you're going to catch him off guard, which is going to help you out tremendously. So improving your editing really has a big role on how easily you are able to line up your shots, because it's going to buy you a lot more time. So that's why I decided to play on a little bit higher of a building and editing sensitivity, as opposed to, I guess, some of my previous videos where I had some other settings that I really liked for helping me aim, which I still think are really good. But I think maybe playing a little bit higher on your building and editing can serve a lot of purposes, especially nowadays. It really just depends on your skill-based matchmaking, because if you're facing really try-hard players, you're going to have to be able to edit quickly to even line up your shot at all. Versus if your lobbies are kind of easier and they're not really too sweaty a lot, you're going to have the occasional tryhard. But if your lobbies really aren't that sweaty, then you can get away with playing a little bit lower on your building and editing and not really have too much difficulties at all, because you don't have to worry about those quick split seconds you have of getting their wall editing and then going for the shot, you're going to have a little bit more time to line up your shot, meaning that you don't really have to play on as high building and editing sensitivity. So going down into my ADS, aiming down sights, I'm on a 12% on both, which I think is a great sensitivity for kind of the middle ground between middle range, long range, and also close range. I think that's a great sensitivity to use. I'm also on a little bit higher look dampening time. I have a 0.09 on my look dampening, and I did try out a couple of them, and I really do think a 0.09 or maybe a 0.14 is a great option to use for your look dampening time, which I'll get into in just a second on why I think almost every player should use it. And then my dead zones are a 13% and 11%. I think I just raised my right stick up to 12% because I was having a little bit of stick drift. So when it comes to your dead zones, it really just depends on your controller and how much stick drift you have. So it's your dead zones are probably going to be looking a little bit different than mine. Either they may be lower or higher. So when it comes to your look damping time, I think every player should use it because it really helps out your aim when it comes to hitting long range shots, because it gives, especially if you're on linear, it gives you more of, not entirely, but it gives you a little bit more of an exponential feel in the sense that when it comes to the small crosshair adjustments from range, or even when you're just slightly adjusting your shotgun, it's going to allow you to hit shots a little bit easier. Now, the only caveat, and the only, I would say, downside of a look dampening time is it could impact your edits. So if you try to go for a edit on a wall, so if you try to go for a quick edit, sometimes it can be a little bit stiff. So that's the only reason in why you'd maybe want to not use as much. So when it comes to look damping time, I think everybody should use it. But like I said, if you use look dampening time and you feel like your edits are a little bit stiff, then maybe you want to turn it down or not use it at all. But if it's not a problem, if you're able to edit just fine, I would 100% use look damping time. I think it's a great setting to put on and to try out if you want to just give you that little bit extra of an exponential feel when it comes to long range shots to help you line up those shots from distances. Because if you're missing shots from long range, there's really only a couple things you can do. It's either you turn down your sensitivity or maybe you raise your look damping time up a little bit. Those are really the only tips I can give you as far as aim from longer ranges, because it's not like the legacy days where you can use your left trigger to kind of lock onto the player from longer ranges. It's very difficult nowadays, and a lot of times I don't even go for much of long range shots. I tend to stay in the mid range to close range because in that range it's a lot easier to line up your shot, and it's just overall a way better option than shooting from range. And also, I don't really shoot from range just because even if you are able to hit a shot or two, they're going to get off all their heals before you're able to rush them anyway. So there really isn't a point of consistently challenging from longer ranges unless you play, say, arena, or if you're trying to maybe spam someone who's coming out of zone and trying to rotate. And maybe in that situation, it can be a good idea. But those are my recommendations for the settings that I have and that I recommend for you guys to try out. And with the changes being having a little bit higher of a building and editing sensitivity, stressing the importance of being able to edit quickly, because the faster you are able to get off an edit, it doesn't really matter what edit it is, the faster you are able to get off that edit, the more time it's going to allow you to line up that shot, meaning you're going to be a lot more accurate, because it doesn't matter how good of a player you are, the more time you have to line up your shot, the more accurate you're going to tend to be on that player. So being able to improve your editing speed to the point where you're very quick and it buys you enough time to line up your shots more consistently, that's going to be something that's really you're going to see a big change on your game, and also you're going to see a big change on your win rate because you're going to be winning so many more gunfights. And the second thing was, as I raised my look dampening time up a little bit to be able to give me a little bit more of an exponential feel to help me line up shots when I'm making just small adjustments with my AR or with my shotgun. So those are the changes that I made. And with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching the video. If you guys could, make sure you guys do drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, and as well, make sure you guys do hit that notification bell because I do live stream every day on the channel at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys do hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on my live streams. I play solos every single day on stream. But with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching the video, and alright guys, I'll see you next video.